Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor. And this continues to be the place for conscious, purpose driven entrepreneurs who are looking to remove the blocks that hold you back from your purpose so you can manifest abundance through it and assist in creating heaven on earth. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Monday Magic Intuitive Energy Reading. I'm so excited to be here with you again. As always, Monday is my favorite day of the week. This is my favorite video to create. I love being here with you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. There's quite a few new subscribers lately, so I'm extremely honored and blessed to be the one to hold space here for you today. So I am opening my arms and welcoming you with a big hug to our soul family, because I do firmly believe that there are no accidents, there are no coincidences, and we are meant to be in this space together. So I am so happy you have finally arrived. And if you are new, you probably also would need to know that this is just my take on how I am experiencing the energy. I don't claim to predict the future, although very intuitive. It is just my current reading on the energy. Sometimes we get a little bit of a hint of what might come. We often do a recap of what we have just experienced. And the whole goal of this video is to remind you that you are not alone in this. And one of the beautiful blessings of doing this is I discovered or was gathering even more evidence that when I experience something, someone else is also experiencing something similar. And oftentimes our life experiences can be different, but the feeling, the emotion that we are experiencing is very, very similar. And it is so powerful to be reminded that you are not alone in this, that we truly are all in this together. And it can be helpful too to be compassionate towards the people that you see on the street, because oftentimes we walk past someone not realizing what they're experiencing. And when you realize that you're not alone, that most people are experiencing a similar struggle as you are, then it allows us to be more compassionate to those that we engage with in our everyday life. All right. So last week was a bit of a testing. If I recall, sort of the subtitle was diving back into the belly of the beast. We have had quite a bit of testing energy. I have a fruit fly that is attacking me, so bear with me if you see me waving my hand. We've had a lot of testing energy the last couple of weeks, month or so, a little over a month now. April was tough for a lot of people. And we had a little bit of reprieve week before last. And then last week, it kind of seemed like we were diving back in for a little bit more work, which makes sense with the eclipse season. But it certainly is not something we enjoy or ask for. Although I will say, how we perceive it will determine how comfortable or uncomfortable we are. And when we can start to choose the perspective that going back into the belly of the beast is actually a really good thing, and I know that amazing gifts are going to come from it, and I'm going to be even stronger and even more perseverant on the other side, then we can have gratitude for our experiences, even when they're not ideal. It was certainly testing, to say the least. It was testing to stay positive. I noticed that I really had to ramp up my internal dialogue exercises, right? What do you say when you talk to yourself? That's a book. You should check it out. It's really helpful. But it is an everyday life management skill that we need to be not only aware of, but really sharpening our skills, exercising those muscles, getting stronger and more effective at managing our thoughts, because it is everything. Your entire life stems from your thought life, and managing your thoughts is one of the most foundational skills that you will ever develop. And last week it seemed more difficult than it has been in a really long time. Now, oftentimes when I struggle to see the positive, or I feel like my thoughts are more negative than normal, I often know that that is not coming from me, that that's a collective, pervasive energy or issue. And it requires extra effort when that happens. This is alchemy. This is what we are doing as those who are conscious and aware. We are helping to transmute this energy for the collective. And so we're carrying a greater load in those moments where you notice this isn't quite proportionate to what I'm experiencing in my life. Then you know that you're assisting the collective, right? So oftentimes I will just go straight to gratitude. If I can make a list of 30 things I'm grateful for, it very quickly will turn around the thought habit, right? The thought pattern, the momentum being gained by those pervasive negative thoughts that want to come in. And what I found was this past week that gratitude was not working quite as well as it usually does. And what I had to do was really rest in. It's sort of the acceptance piece of just resting in where we were at, what was being felt, and allow that and try to baby step up from there, right? So just finding neutral from negative is more beneficial than trying to go from 0 to 60, going from negative to positive. Sometimes we need to baby step into it. And so I did find that as I just looked for the evidence of, I'm okay right now. Everything's fine. I've seen things like this before. I've seen them always work out for me. Support has shown up in many, many ways. When I've experienced this in the past, it will do so again, right? And you can see how you're tiptoeing literally back up that energetic ladder to raise the vibration, right? So if you're still struggling with that, use that tip, find neutral. Just remind yourself how everything has always worked out in the past and it will continue to do so in the future. I just have to reiterate because it is so critically important. One of the most important lessons that we collectively as humanity are learning right now is to own our power, to recognize that we are massively powerful creative beings and we create with our thoughts. And our thought life is our life in general. And whether you think you can hide it or not, it's not true. And so really getting clear on how important it is to manage your thought life, how to choose your thoughts consciously allows you to become a conscious creator because we are creative beings. We are creating all the time. We are manifesting all the time, whether we realize it or not. And if you don't realize that, that means you are manifesting on autopilot, which means you're probably recreating more of the same instead of stepping into conscious creation through thought management and limiting belief reprogramming, trauma healing, so that you can create with intention, right? And so this is the task of humanity right now. Many people are stuck in fear, stuck in negative lack mindsets, stuck in impatience, frustration, and they're looking at the world around us saying, look, here's all the evidence of the reasons why I'm justified in feeling this way. And it's counterintuitive to say, stop looking at the problems because we feel like we have to look at the problem and focus on the problem to fix the problem. But that's actually the very opposite of how we solve the problems in the world today. What needs to be done is a shift in your mindset first. Be the change you want to see, right? That means manage your internal environment. And from there, you will manifest a new environment, right? I've said this 1,000 times before. I don't often like to repeat myself, but it is very clear that this is a message that they want pounded home so that we can fully own our power. There is no one coming to save us. There is no superhero on a white horse who's going to fly in and fix all of the governmental problems and all of the corruption. It's not going to happen. It's up to us. And I'm sure you've noticed, if you have kids, you might know as a parent, when you swoop in and you fix the problem for the child, they don't learn how to fix the problem for themselves. We are the child. Our creator is allowing us to fumble through this so that we can figure out how to solve the problem for ourselves and prevent it from happening again in the future. This is how we step into our power. We collectively need to start to wield the creative power we have been given. And when we do so, when we have a vast majority of humanity who is stepping into their authority, claiming their power, becoming conscious creators, then we will see the shifts and change we want to see in the world. And things will continue to degrade. Don't know why that word's hard until we learn how to do so. Right? So that was a bit of a tangent. That was for you, divinely inspired in the moment. It's interesting because it feels like there's more that wants to be said there. Where your focus goes, grows. We all know that. So whatever you're focusing on, you are feeding. Wherever you spend the vast majority of your time will continue to get more prevalent in your life. The dreams and desires that you have were put on your heart for a reason. to guide you towards your purpose. Your purpose is how you raise your vibration, live the life you want to live, enjoy being here, finally find home. Home is where the heart is. That's inside you. Home is not out there. This is what wanted to come through. Many of us in the spiritual community have said, I feel like I don't belong here. I just want to go home. Maybe I'm an alien. Maybe I belong on some other planet. Maybe I belong on some other dimension. You do actually belong on a different dimension, and you do that by raising your consciousness, raising your vibration from this current state, in this current body, in this current place. There is no need to escape. You can find a beautiful, amazing, joy-filled, delicious life right here and right now. Okay. So the eclipse was pretty mild, relatively speaking. I did not experience the intensity that I typically would with an eclipse, which was kind of nice. We've had enough intensity lately, so maybe that might be the reprieve that was offered. I did notice that there was collectively sort of an annoyance of, or an impatience, right? This feeling of a lack of movement. Things are not shifting and changing, and people getting irritated by that. And I felt that as well, probably all through the week until Sunday, yesterday, where I really all of a sudden felt a lot of momentum, a lot of speed. There's certainly a very palpable sense that something is coming, something is right around the corner. And I don't know what that is. I get excited when I have that feeling, even though it turned out to be COVID. I had that feeling in 2020, but at least it was shift and change. At least it was something different. And, all things are used for our good. Life is always working out for us, no matter what, without exception. Miracles are happening all the time, and we are miracle magnets when we believe so. So whatever's around the corner is going to be just as awesome and amazing for our collective ascension. What was also contributing to that feeling of momentum yesterday and today is very strong geomagnetic storms. There was a solar flare that popped off on Friday, the 21st, and sent a very powerful geomagnetic energy our way. It is Earth facing, so we are getting directly hit by this. I've never seen in the 3 years that I have been monitoring the KP index and the Schumann resonance, I have never seen us hit a KP8. So we hit that 3 times. So if you look at I can link this below. If you look at the KP index chart on the NASA website, each bar represents 3 hours. And so we had 3 different bars, which means about 9 hours. There was I believe a K5 and 6 in between there as well. So we were looking at a good 12 hours, I believe, ish, around that heightened peak level before it started to dissipate. It has come back down this afternoon. There is more activity on the sun, more anticipated. They even saw auroras in Illinois, so that says a lot about how much geomagnetic energy was penetrating the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, what we can commonly experience when we are being bombarded with that additional energy is a lot of physical symptoms, right? Maybe gas, bloating, agitated digestive system, frequent urination, headaches, body aches, ringing in the ears, more hunger or less hunger, restlessness, sleeplessness, just a tossing and turning. And if it's really fun to look at the charts, if you're into that geeking out kind of stuff, I can link some things below. But when you see the Earth and that powerful wave of electromagnetic energy coming towards the Earth, literally everything bends in on the Earth. And so you can imagine, what is our body feeling? We are electromagnetic beings. We are dealing with that influx of energy. So it's really critically important to remember to ground. Put your feet on the physical ground, not just a meditation. You literally need to barefoot go in contact with Mother Earth so that she can draw out the excess energy from your body. She will help balance you, especially if you're struggling with restlessness or not being able to sleep. That's really important. And then also a lot of push towards sharing mineral water. mineral water, mineral water, mineral water. I cannot say it enough, whether it's Celtic salt or pink Himalayan sea salt, or I love Elements. There's little packages of flavored salts that you can put in your water. It is absolutely critical that we hydrate, and you need salt to hydrate. It's not just water. So know that, right? And this is contributing to this feeling of momentum, right? Which is great. It's pushing us towards shift and change. And the people who are not aware of what's happening will often feel this as agitation. They'll feel frustration, they'll feel aggression, and it causes them to make shifts and changes towards things that are stuck in their life. And so we can use this energy for our good, as long as we choose a positive perspective and learn how to wield the power, right? If I was feeling very restless last night, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, I felt like I had just drank a cup of coffee. It was pretty crazy. So we got some laundry done, and we did some journaling, and we do some yoga, and there's things that you can do to use the energy. You just have to know what's happening and direct it consciously. Yeah, so it just really feels like something's really close. Something is coming, something is just around the corner, and there is a lot of divine support. There is evidence everywhere. It is louder than ever. I feel like they're kind of like screaming at me with billboards and signs and quotes and shopping stores and all sorts of things. I'll actually tell you my story. Yesterday was amazing. I have a branding photo shoot coming up tomorrow, and have not enjoyed the process of trying to find something to wear, because I'm not that kind of girl. I don't go shopping for fun. I love the clothes I have. I'm good. I like to play with my yoga pants and my sweatshirts, and we're happy. Um, so I have put this off, obviously, till the last minute, and just had the intuitive thought, go to this certain shopping mall. I drove through the shopping mall. It's an outdoor shopping mall. So I drove through sort of the square. There was a store that immediately popped out to my attention. I love white, as you know. I saw tons and tons of white dresses on the wall. Walked in this store. It was as if it was made for me. It was incredible. It felt like this perfect divine gift just dropped into my lap. Every dress, every shirt, every shoe was made perfectly for me. The style of the store, I love the French country style. It was decorated the way I would decorate my home. The branding colors are blue and white. Everything was blue and white. I mean, the list goes on and on. And the very first framed quote or plaque that I saw, it said, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you hope and a future." And that's a biblical quote. And I literally had tears in my eyes, because when things are hard, it's not uncommon to have that question of like, am I doing something wrong? Like, where's the support here? It's been a while since I've seen the evidence. Can you please show up? And it's like, boom, there it is. Right. And it just was so beautiful. It was clearly a gift. And the dress that I was supposed to wear was literally on the mannequin right as I walked in. So I will have to take some video for you to make it YouTube friendly to kind of share with you. Otherwise, if you check me out on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you'll see other things there. But it is available to you. There is support everywhere. They are reminding us all the time. If you are on your path, if you are working to heal the blocks that hold you back from your purpose and stepping into your purpose and following your intuition, you will see the evidence of the support, especially right now. It is stronger and more palpable than ever. So, how to move forward? Remove the blocks that hold you back. Really get intimate with what causes you to believe you're not enough, what causes you to have that lack mentality. What are the thoughts that you were struggling with last week? And hold on a second, we've got a happy little girl in the other room. I'm going to have to quiet. Just give me 1 second. All right. As I was saying, your purpose is your hall pass to freedom. It is your train ticket to the other side of what you're struggling with. And the world needs you. We collectively need all of you. You are here for a reason. You are watching this video for a reason. You are gifted. You have something the world needs. And it's up to us to start to do the work to move past those blocks that hold us back. No more surfing YouTube for the easiest way to manifest your dreams so that you don't have to do the work. No more spending hours and hours and hours on Facebook or video games, distracting yourself from the pain, from the yearning, from the knowing that you are supposed to be doing something more. It is time. You are no longer stuck in that place where you were traumatized. You are no longer in that environment where those people judged you and ridiculed you and rejected you and hurt you. The trauma brain wants to tell you you are, but you're not. And you can heal. That's why I do something called trauma spotting. We work with the brain and the body to get the trauma up and out of you and desensitize those triggers so that you no longer have to be held back by this. You've probably tried the bootstrap method before. You've probably tried to force yourself to do the things you know you need to do, and yet you can't quite seem to make it happen. Maybe it feels like I'm too overwhelmed or I'm too tired. You're not tired. You've got trauma hiding in the body. And that is those lack thoughts, the not enough thoughts, the unworthiness thoughts. That's what's draining you. It's not the dream or what it takes to manifest the dream. It's the unhealed wounds. And that's why I'm doing a masterclass coming up, mastermind, actually. We are moving beyond masterclasses. We're going to mastermind now. So I've been coaching for close to 2 years, and I've seen patterns. I have pretty well identified what's the strategy that's going to address these patterns. And what used to take a year, I have condensed into 8 weeks. And I'll do a one-on-one session with you in the beginning and a one-on-one session with you in the end. And that beginning session will help you identify the root causes of the weeds. And then in the next 6 weeks, we will meet as a group and we will do live trauma spotting sessions. I will teach you how so that we can come together. We'll do a group trauma spotting session, and then we'll break out into individuals. So you'll be in a pair where you can each do the trauma spotting for each other. So you are not only healing your wounds, but also learning how to do this for others. And I am so excited because I am literally accelerating what used to take a year into 8 weeks. And then at the end, we'll do a wrap up, and I'll do a one-off session again with you, a one-on-one session, to make sure that we've really got the last of those roots of your blocks. So literally in 8 weeks, you could move through desensitizing your trauma triggers so that you can really regain your momentum, regain your energy. Now, I will say, after those 8 weeks, usually there's more of a recuperation period, an integration period, where you feel like you actually feel so happy and content with your life. You're like, I don't really need to do much, right? And that lasts for a couple of months, a month, 2, maybe 3 at most. And then you start to gain momentum again. And you're like, I feel really healed. I feel really excited. Now I feel really energized, really driven to go do this thing. And you'll find that these blocks that used to hold you back, the thing you couldn't quite put your finger on, it's subconscious. That's why you have to do somatic healing. That's why trauma spotting works. And then once you have recuperated and healed and regained your energy, you will be so ready to kickstart your life purpose. And if you want, I'll do another mastermind on how to do that. I also have all of those strategies because obviously I'm here and this is what I've been doing. And I can help you through that as well. But if you're interested in we're going to call it the More Than Enough Mastermind, that is going to be starting the first week of June. I would love, love, love to see you there. There will be a link below. I did get that done, although it's not beautiful yet. It's sufficient for you to be able to sign up, and we'll get you on the list to get started. And you can have your initial one-on-one session right away. You don't have to wait for the June start date. I'm going to start doing those one-on sessions right away. So jump in, save your spot. It will be limited because I have to, stick with the Zoom limits for live groups. But otherwise, I would love to see you there. This is going to be awesome and amazing. The best truly is yet to come. It's right around the corner. I can feel it, and I know you can too. And I would love to see you there. All right. I love you, my friends. Please do make sure you like, subscribe, and share if there's anybody that you know could benefit from this. Otherwise, I will see you on the next video. I love you, my friends. Namaste.